Welcome to Steady Growth, where we build money, character, and resilience the same way. Small, steady, and on purpose. No hype, just honest steps that add up. Let's begin. Two kids walk up to the same posted team list. They scan for their names. Neither name is there. Same cut, same hallway, same sting. The first kid goes quiet for a month. "I'm terrible, I'm never trying out again," and the racket disappears into the back of the closet. The second kid is gutted too, cries the whole way home like a human being should, and is out in the backyard on Tuesday, drilling the exact skill that sank the tryout. And everyone watching, the coach, the teacher, the grandparents, you, reaches for the same sentence. Some kids are just resilient. Tonight, I want to go to war with one word in that sentence. Just. As if bouncing back were a trait handed out at birth like eye color. Some kids got it, some didn't, so scan yours and pray. Here's what decades of resilience research actually found, and it might be the most hopeful thing in all of child development. Scientists went hunting for the rare magic ingredient inside the kids who thrived through hard things, and they didn't find one. What they found instead, over and over, was ordinary stuff, buildable, trainable, sitting in nearly every home, doing quiet, steady work. One of the founders of the field literally named the discovery ordinary magic. So let me say it plainly. Resilience isn't born, it's built. And tonight, the three things that build it. Builder 1, you already feel in your bones, but now it gets its real name, reps. Resilience behaves like a muscle, and every muscle lives under one non-negotiable law. It only grows under load. A kid develops the power to recover from hard things exactly one way, by recovering from hard things. Small ones, survivable ones, again and again while the stakes are still kid-sized. The lost game, the friend fight that patched itself up, the no at the store they didn't get rescued from. Picture a little dumbbell labeled survivable setbacks and a rep counter ticking up every single time. And let's say the money version out loud, because financial resilience is one of these muscles, and it builds the very same way. The allowance blown on Saturday and survived by Sunday. The toy broken, then saved up for, week by visible week. The family's own snug month handled in the open and calm. This season is tight, so we're choosing carefully, instead of behind a soundproof door. A kid who has felt small money setbacks resolve over and over is quietly building the adult who won't panic at the big ones. So here's the reframe that rearranges your whole week. Every kid-sized setback that walks through your door is not an interruption to childhood, it's the curriculum showing up, a rep preloaded at exactly the right weight. Your job is not to cancel the workout, your job is Builder 2. Builder 2 is the one the entire research literature agrees on the loudest. When scientists studied children who came through real adversity intact, one factor beats everything else. Every single time. At least one stable, committed relationship with a supportive adult. One. Not a flawless childhood, not money, not a sunny personality. One person who is reliably there, who believes in the kid, and who does not leave when it gets hard. Usually a parent, sometimes a grandparent, a coach, a teacher, but one anchor, and suddenly the storm is something a small boat can ride out. Sit with how forgiving that finding is for a second. It does not ask you to be the perfect parent who never loses patience, never gets the dinner wrong, never raises a voice on a bad Thursday. It asks for one thing: reliable. A kid does not need a flawless relationship. They need a durable one, the kind that keeps showing up after the hard day, not just on the good ones. That's a bar you can actually clear. And here is why Builder 1 and Builder 2 are a package deal, not a contradiction. Reps without an anchor aren't training. They're just hardship. A child can only lean into difficulty when there's a safe place to push off from and come back to. So the anchor's job in a setback is exact, and it is not rescue. It's presence. I saw the list. That stings. I'd be sad too. I'm right here, and I know you. This is not the end of your story. You're not fixing the feeling. You're not shrinking it. You're not hurling motivation at it. You're being the dock the boat is tied to while the wave rolls through. The wave does the training. You make the training survivable. The world supplies the load. You supply the steadiness. That split is the whole machine. Builder 3 is the one almost everybody misses, and the science behind it is honestly delightful. Researchers looking at which kids weather hard times stumbled onto something strange. The children who knew their family's stories, and one particular shape of story, were measurably more resilient. Not the all-triumph story, we've always won, not the all-grievance story, everything bad happens to us. The shape that worked was the one that goes up and down and up again. The layoff and the rebuilding. The move that was miserable and then became home. Grandma's lean years and the garden she fed the whole street from anyway. Kids who carry that kind of story walk into their own setbacks already knowing the genre. In this family, the dip is the middle of the chapter, never the end. So become a narrator on purpose, in 2 tenses. Past tense, tell the family bounce backs at the dinner table, including your own. Your kids should know about the job you didn't get and what came after, the tight budget season you climbed out of, told honestly and age appropriately. And present tense, which is the gold. Narrate their own recoveries right back to them once the storm has passed. Remember the tryout? Remember how you felt that night? And what you did on Tuesday? That's who you are. You're not flattering them. You're filing the rep into their identity, where the next setback will go looking for proof of what they can survive. Reps build the muscle. The anchor keeps the reps safe. The story is how the muscle finally learns its own name. Now, before you go build, 3 honest flags, because a tool used wrong does damage. First flag, temperament is real. Kids arrive wired differently. Some bounce like rubber. Some feel every bump at triple volume. Built does not mean every child trains at the same speed or lands at the same setting. It means no child is shut out of growth. The sensitive kid builds resilience too, often the deepest kind there is. They just need smaller reps, longer anchoring, and more patience with the curve. And comparing siblings is poison here. The only comparison that counts is this kid against this kid a year ago. Second flag, and this is the line where tonight's tools stop. Ordinary setbacks build, but trauma, chronic overwhelm, and hardship past a child's capacity don't train the muscle, they injure it. And the answer to an injury is never more reps. It's real support, professional when it's needed, with 0 shame attached. Knowing the difference is part of the anchor's job too. Third flag, and maybe the most important one for the kind of parent who watches a video like this, never manufacture hardship. Life hands you the curriculum for free, perfectly dosed forever. A parent who engineers extra difficulty to toughen a kid up has quietly stopped anchoring and started storming, and children can always feel the difference. Your job was never to be the wave. The waves are guaranteed. Be the dock. So here's the whole thing to carry into the next team list, the next broken toy, the next hard Tuesday. Stop scanning your child for whether they have it. There was never an it. There's a muscle and 3 builders, and all 3 are already sitting in your house. Let the kid-sized setbacks arrive and do their work. They're the reps, preloaded at the right weight, including the money-sized ones. Be the anchor while they land. Present, steady, unrescuing, the one relationship the research says outweighs everything. Then narrate. File each recovery into the family story until your kid walks into hard moments already knowing the genre. We dip, we rise. That's us. And notice what just happened to your worry. The question you started with, does my kid have it, was a closed door, a yes or a no you'd be stuck waiting on. Built turns it into a verb, It hands you 3 things to actually do this week, with the ordinary setbacks already on your calendar. That's the whole shift. You stop being a scout grading talent, and you start being a coach growing it. Do that across a childhood, and the opening scene answers itself. The kid back at practice on Tuesday was never just resilient. Somebody let them practice falling. Somebody held the dock. Somebody told the story afterward. Ordinary magic, assembled one survivable, well-anchored, narrated setback at a time. Resilience is reps. Start counting them out loud. If something here was useful today, the best thing you can do is use it tonight in one small way. And if you'd like to keep growing with us, you're welcome in our tribe at familycreative.org. It's where we gather the tools and resources we build for people doing this on purpose, and where you can learn more, share what's working, and help someone a few steps behind you. That's the whole point. Small, steady, together. Be kind, try hard, do the work, build the family. We'll see you in the next one.